and I would give every ounce of my being to Cincinnati. Why, in time, I was thinking, you'd have to like me. Or if not like me, at least respect me, and I'd run for council, even unendorsed. And I'd prove to you I could be the best public servant you ever had, or I'd die trying. Be it as a mayor, an anchor, or a commentator, whatever it took.
The local TV community is mourning a major loss tonight. Former Cincinnati mayor, talk show host, and WLWT anchor Jerry Springer has died. After his time in politics, Springer came here to WLWT as a political commentator and eventually moved to the anchor desk. He was best known for his controversial self-titled talk show. That all started right here in Cincinnati in 1991 and ran for nearly 30 years. Thanks for joining us here at 7 o'clock. I'm Ashley Kirkland. One of Springer's last interviews was with our very own John London. It was just 2 months ago, and John joins us right now in studio with a look back at this conversation. And John, we were all in this studio, and all of the younger ones up here taking pictures with Jerry, and I'm glad that we got those moments.
Yeah, absolutely. And that conversation, that interview with him now grows in importance given the loss of this day. The shock of it, reaching across decades in that interview to the 70s when a certain radio reporter would interview the young city councilman we all knew as Jerry, covering him objectively while reveling in the fun he created. It really was organic, and he was eager to reminisce about it a few weeks ago.
Deep in the recesses of Cincinnati television, there's a treasure trove of vintage Springer once you hit the play button.
I learned that I had fallen in love with you, with Cincinnati.
As a broadcaster and nightly commentator, and as lawmaker and mayor, the guy who introduced this city to summer rock concerts by bringing the Eagles to Riverfront Stadium on what turned out to be a blistering hot August day.
And so what we did to try to keep cool and fights not breaking out is we put showers all around the field. It became the world's largest wet T-shirt. I didn't, and everyone, of course, thought, oh, that's Springer. Yeah. I swear, it never entered my mind.
Springer's mind was like his wit, razor sharp, and his manner as pleasant as it was magnetic. Charlie Luken.
I gotta be honest with you, John. He always made me jealous, a little bit, because it seemed to come so easy to him.
Luken remembers how Springer could commandeer a moment on the fly.
Early in his career, the city took over the bus company, and they had this big press conference at City Hall on a brand new bus. And all these old timers like my dad and Bill Gradison and Ted Berry were around, and they're all angling for publicity. Jerry takes the bus driver's hat, gets on the bus, and drives around the block and got every ounce of publicity that day. And my dad was furious.
Inside information. As deadlines approached to break newsroom tension at times, Springer would climb onto a desk and shout, "Money time."
And I had these bills, and I just yell out, "Money time!" And I threw literally $50, $75 in singles and fives all over the room.
I got most of it on some nights.
And let me tell you, these respectable, good evening, here's what's happening, newsmen, everyone's diving for the money. You were animals.
Somewhere in the archives, that's there too.
Take care of yourself and each other.
And that Money Time story deserves a mention about the wealth Springer accumulated. Gene Galvin, a close friend of his, says Springer had a heart the size of Alaska, that he helped so many people, so many causes, and did so because he believed in them and had the means to carry it out.
And George Vogel was in studio today talking to me, and he told that money grab story too.
I think he got most of the money.
Yeah, and you know, he also said, just as everyone has kind of been saying, that the size of Jerry's heart, and also that he treated everyone the same, whether it was his co-anchor or everyone else here in the studio or in the newsroom.
He did, and he did it with a lot of grace, and he did it with a lot of humor, self-deprecating humor. He would always poke fun at himself. I mean, I believe we pointed out in there that, you know, he was a serious fellow in terms of the issues of the day and what he cared about, but he didn't take himself seriously. He had a lot of fun, and we saw that when he was here just a couple of months ago in the studio.
And we know, you talk about the seriousness of what he did, and then he took on a whole other persona with Another Generation, with the Jerry Springer Show. But you said something interesting to me about that wasn't, you know, he did it because it was lucrative. Or
yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, and he didn't think of himself as a talk show host at the time he got the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
It was sort of, as he put it, assigned to him. Walter Bartlett, the owner, wanted to move. Phil Donahue was retiring and moved him to the talk show circuit. And Jerry said, okay. He said, I like doing news. I'd like to do both. He let him do both for a little while.
Well, the rest is history. John London, thanks so much, John.
Yeah.